Well, welcome back to The Witness. I am your humble host, SpoonsAsunder, and I've just taken a little jog around here and crossed the river so I can solve the last, well, one of the last, maybe, of these weird gate puzzles that took me forever to figure out. There's also one back in the town, and there's one right there. So I totally just lied to all of you about it being the last one, or even close for that matter. So I need to find some sort of perspective. Is it the rock? Is there another edge? Is that another edge? Oh, it is another edge. Well, that's not too bad. I hope the other ones are this easy. I mean, I know that one was just a shortcut and all. Stupid hair getting in my eyes. But yeah, that should be good. Because I was tired of walking all the way around. This one I'm assuming I have to look somewhere from up here. Through the roots? Through the roots. Somehow. This one? I think it's this one. Like that. Like that? No. Why not? That was the path. There's a few, I guess, maybe? How about this one? I definitely have to cover that thing in the middle. So come on. It's not sensitive. Maybe that. Maybe. That doesn't separate the two, does it? No, it doesn't. This one. I should have just known that before actually doing them. But oh well. Like that. That will probably work. Yeah, that'll work. There we go. That's why they had several. Just to confuse you, in case you didn't know how those puzzles worked yet. Because it took me quite a while to figure that out. Is this just going to be another shortcut down to the whole, no it's not. This is new. What is this? There's grates in the ground. That's great. And there's another key for the lecture hall, which I haven't gone back to since I got the last one, but I'll screenshot this one too. To just build up all the lectures, I suppose. And I think that window is just for show, but it is pretty. And that's all that was down here. Yay! I got it at least. So, I know that there's some sort of blind puzzle in this floor. I just don't know how to get to it. You know, these clouds are suspiciously shaped, so I bet there's different spots on the island that they will actually line up. That looks like an endpoint, doesn't it? So I probably just have to find... Did I just find one? Right here? Yeah. There's a bunch of once that turns not cloudy. It's still a cloud, it's not cloudy. Words, it'll be not a storm cloud. That's what I'm trying to say. What's wrong with me? Well, maybe there's more, maybe not. It was just a thought. I don't know what I'm doing next either. I'm gonna go up to the mountain just to see, because I think I got most of the lasers. I am missing a lot of these. But oh well. I don't know if I knew about the environmental when I went up the mountain the first time or not. I don't remember. There's probably a bunch of them on the way anyway. If I can remember how to get up there. Did I ever finish the color zone? I don't think so. I didn't go to the green room. I didn't go to the green room. I have to go all the way down. Yeah, that green room. I was gonna go in there and look at the flowers, but I didn't. I mean, Carol's not telling me to look at the flowers, so I'm not doing it like that. I'm just looking at the flowers like a normal person. Poor kids. Okay, I'm back in here. How did I get to the elevator? Was it over here? I believe it was. It was. Not that one. One more. Okay, the painful room. At least I know now that these are simple-ish. And I don't remember if I got off on each floor, so I'm gonna do that. And just make sure that I didn't miss anything. Because this one was that floor. I don't need to get off here. I have stairs to this one. This goes here. It didn't move. Why didn't it move? Why didn't it move? It worked. Why didn't it move? Okay. Maybe it thought I was off the elevator or something. I don't know. Don't remember if I got off on the blue floor. So let's explore a little. Probably nothing here. Just broken stairs. So sad. I also could have walked up to the blue one, I think. Okay. This one's turn. Here. There we go. This one. I don't think I got off this one. Anything? Anything? No. Nothing. Did I ever write that down? I think I wrote it down. So, what was it? Where did I even write that down? I don't know. I can't find it. Oh well. Solve it normally. Like this. Yeah. There we go. That's the dead one. Alright. So I have to solve it like that. So those were white. These were blue. These were white. And those were yellow. How did I solve this before? Like this? I think it was like that. Okay. Cool. Not so bad. I'm not taking this all the way up, of course. I'm just going off on the green. Here. Is it gonna keep going? It's gonna keep going. Great. Hope I can get out of here. Green plants. So, there definitely was a puzzle here. I'm glad I can solve it here, so I don't have to go outside. Ta-da! I knew it. Anything else in here? I think it's coming back down. I'm looking around. Wait. I am suspicious of this pipe. It's probably nothing. I'm thinking this pipe might be something. But I traced it all the way back. And it doesn't really go anywhere. It goes over here, up here, and then just nothing. There's no circle-like thing. Oh well. No, behave, mouse. There we go. I believe that's the solution that will work on any floor. Yep, because these are the real colors right here. Cool, I should have gotten off there. Okay, I can look from here at least, see if there's any environmental things. Don't see any. There we go. Send that back down. Not up the tree, up the mountain. Learn the difference. It's all snowy. I don't know if this will even tell me if it has all the lasers. It has a lot of them, I know that. This is open, so I think that is all of them. Probably. I don't know why this was here. I mean, I could probably trace the river itself, right? Yeah. I didn't know that when I was up here before. Why does it have a trace here if I can just trace the thing? Who knows? Maybe that was the way that the game was trying to tell you to look for environmental puzzles? But who knows? Who even knows? Any giant ones from up here? Other than the river? Not really. Well, I know I still have more in the desert, don't I? I thought I had puzzles there. And I know there's another laser on top of that tower too, so I don't have all the lasers. I don't think. Did I listen to that? I don't think I did.
Up there, you go around every hour and a half, time after time after time. You wake up usually in the mornings, and just the way that the track of your orbits go, you wake up over the Mideast, over North Africa. As you eat breakfast, you look out the window as you're going past, and there's the Mediterranean area, and Greece, and Rome, and North Africa, and the Sinai, the whole area. And you realize that in one glance, that what you're seeing is what was the whole history of man for years, the cradle of civilization. And you go around down across North Africa and out over the Indian Ocean, and look up at that great subcontinent of India, pointed down toward you as you go past it, and sail on off to the side, Burma, Southeast Asia, out over the Philippines, and up across that monstrous Pacific Ocean. Vast body of water. You've never realized how big that is before. And you finally come up across the coast of California and look for those friendly things. Los Angeles and Phoenix, and on across El Paso. And there's Houston. There's home. And you look, and sure enough, there's the Astrodome. And you identify with that, you know? It's an attachment. And down across New Orleans, and then looking down to the south, and there's the whole peninsula of Florida laid out. And all the hundreds of hours you spent flying across that route, down in the atmosphere, all that is friendly again. And you go out across the Atlantic Ocean and back across Africa. And you do it again, and again, and again. And that identity, that you identify with Houston, and then you identify with Los Angeles, and Phoenix, and New Orleans, and everything. And the next thing you recognize in yourself is you're identifying with North Africa. You look forward to that. You anticipate it. And there it is. That whole process begins to shift of what it is you identify with. When you go around it in an hour and a half, you begin to recognize that your identity is with that whole thing. And that makes a change. You look down there, and you can't imagine how many borders and boundaries you crossed again and again and again. And you don't even see them. At that wake-up scene, the Mideast, you know there are hundreds of people killing each other over some imaginary line that you can't see. From where you see it, the thing is a whole, and it's so beautiful. And you wish you could take one from each side in hand and say, look at it from this perspective. Look at that. What's involved? And so a little later on, your friend, again those same neighbors, another astronaut, the person next to you goes out to the moon. And now he looks back and sees the Earth not as something big where he can see the beautiful details, but he sees the Earth as a small thing out there. And now that contrast between that bright blue and white Christmas tree ornament and that black sky, that infinite universe, really comes through. The size of it, the significance of it, it becomes both things. It becomes so small and so fragile, and such a precious little spot in that universe that you can block it out with your thumb. And you realize that on that small spot, that little blue and white thing is everything that means anything to you. all of history and music and poetry and art and war and death and birth and love, tears, joy, games, all of it is on that little spot out there that you can cover with your thumb. And you realize that that perspective, that you've changed, that there's something new there, that relationship is no longer what it was. And then you look back on the time when you were outside on that EVA and those few moments that you had the time because the camera malfunctioned, that you had the time to think about what was happening. And you recall staring out there at the spectacle that went before your eyes. Because now, you're no longer inside something with a window looking out at a picture. But now you're out there, and what you've got around your head is a goldfish bowl, and there are no limits here. There are no frames. There are no boundaries. You're really out there, over it, floating, going 25,000 miles per hour, ripping through space, a vacuum, and there's not a sound. There's a silence, the depth of which you've never experienced before. And that silence contrasts so markedly with the scenery and the speed with which you know you're going. That contrast, the mix of those two things, really comes through. And you think about what you're experiencing and why. Do you deserve this? This fantastic experience? Have you earned this in some way? Are you separated out to be touched by God to have some special experience here that other men cannot have? You know the answer to that is no. There's nothing that you've done that deserves that earned that. It's not a special thing for you. You know very well at that moment, and it comes through to you so powerfully that you're the sensing element for man. You look down and see the surface of that globe that you've lived on all this time, and you know all those people down there. They are like you. They are you. And somehow you represent them when you are up there. A sensing element, that point out on the end, and that's a humbling feeling. It's a feeling that says you have a responsibility. It's not for yourself. The eye that doesn't see does not do justice to the body. That's why it's there. That's why you're out there. And somehow you recognize that you're a piece of this total life. You're out on that forefront and you have to bring that back somehow. And that becomes a rather special responsibility. It tells you something about your relationship with this thing we call life. And when you come back, there's a difference in that world now. There's a difference in that relationship between you and that planet, and you and all those other forms of life on that planet, because you've had that kind of experience. It's a difference, and it's so precious. And all through this, I've used the word you because it's not me. It's not Dave Scott. It's not Dick Gordon, Pete Conrad, John Glenn. It's you. It's us. It's we. It's life. It's had that experience. And it's not just my problem to integrate. It's not my challenge to integrate, my joy to integrate. It's yours. It's everybody's. Russell Schweikart, 1975.
Oh, okay, Russell. I got a couple things to say. It was poetic. That was a good little speech there. But I think it's basically just a very long-winded way to explain perspective to someone who's having trouble grasping the minuscule nature of our own existence. So if people need that to gain some perspective on life, then by all means, listen to old Russell there. Personally, I am painfully aware of how small I am in the grand scheme of the universe. So, yeah, it's good, I guess. But for me personally, it was kind of not useful. Yeah. So, I found a few more environmental puzzles as I was wandering around up there. I didn't want to trigger the thing while this talk was going on because I didn't know what would happen. And in case it's some other talk or something important, I didn't want to waste whatever was going on. So I'm running back up there now, and I'm going to see if I can trigger whatever this is. The last laser, perhaps? It is open. I don't know what it'll do. Maybe not. More puzzles, I guess. Okay. So these are endpoints. Is this a double one or a triple one? Is it triple? The endpoints disappeared. That's weird. Why is that? Is it because I don't have all the lasers? Because they won't let me. Oh, I see. There's only one specific endpoint per starting point. Like it has to be that one. So which one is this one? This one's the far one that I can't even see. Which means I gotta start on this side for sure. Okay, then this one has to be the far one, yeah. So do I have to connect all of them, or do I just have to find one that works? That's my question. I think it's one that works, because I'm going to need to separate all the whites and the blacks there. And I think this one will be the one that works, because I can do almost. Not sure if I'm able to get that foot blocking the path a little. Let's see if this works. I need to go over here. Down, I can't. Maybe. I think I got it. This one? Got it. Oh, that's just one. So they're all solvable. Okay. Wow. See that? Look at that. What is that? What is that? That's not right. Kind of stepping on the line. Yeah, that wire counts as well. Can't go around it. And almost to this one, it's just that one black one over there that's a problem. Maybe like this. Yep, I think this will work. Just like that. Yeah. Alright, one more. I thought I was about to die because this moved. It goes deeper. One more. So, how do I do that one? Straight across. Well, that helps with that. I don't know how I'm gonna isolate the other one. Maybe. I think this perspective might work, because then I can do this. I can do almost that. Yeah, just gonna get a little closer. Then I think I can do it. This, this. It won't let me turn that. Fine. There. Yeah, help you with that now. There. I should probably move this corner. Just to be safe. There. This should work. The last one. It's doing something. And that still looks very wrong. I don't know what that is. That's not right. This guy agrees. That's a very, that's not right face. I'm not listening to that guy. So, I have opened up the stairs. But I am all out of time for this episode, so in the next one I will be descending past the whatever that glitchy picture is into who knows what that may or may not be the end of the game. Because I know I have more lasers to get, so I don't know about that. Many thanks for watching this video, and until next time, may your spoons remain